All right, it is Saturday, April 11th, 2026. And I wanted to hop on here today because I am making, it's basically a video diary, if you will. And I want to document all of this because I believe it's necessary at this point. So, I want to bring up a couple of topics here. And one of them, it just blows my mind. So, I go and I pull my own cards every day. You know, move this so it's not hitting this mic. It's my sword of truth right here. If you see any necklaces that I wear, I make them all. I make these curtains too. Just saying. I pull my cards every day, and I got this black deck I made. And this black deck has all kinds of things in it. All kinds of things that regular cards don't really have, you know? So, I got 3 cards. 3's my lucky number, as well as 13. And we're going to start out slow. This is what I pulled. Trying to block the trauma you're meant to heal by making new. So that gives me the energy of people trying to start-ish. That will result in a traumatic moment, right? A fragmentation of oneself. That's what trauma causes. Okay, so you lose pieces of yourself due to trauma. You don't lose them, but they get basically like lost in time. Frozen in time, more so. Not lost, because you're never lost. So, I don't think that's taking place currently. I think they're trying to plan this, because here's the thing, too. Me and my daughter just got back from the library where I was filling out my new hire paperwork. And we get back here and pull around the corner here to see that neighbors, this older woman drives this car. The older woman's there to watch the kids. So they're not there. Right as I get home and I put on a reading, the chick's like, they are meeting of the minds, basically, to try and come up with a new plan. There's also talks now, as wacky as this sounds, of a practitioner. Now, practitioner means somebody who conducts in the arts of, you could say voodoo, things like that. It's like, what the hell? Where would this even come from? Who would think this? Who would do this? Where do you locate this? I'm telling you, one night, in the middle of the night. This was maybe 6 months ago, maybe a little bit longer. I can't remember. I definitely moved my room around. That tells me time-wise. Maybe last summer, really. I woke up in the middle of the night to somebody standing at the foot of my bed. And this man was dressed in complete African garb. And he was hologram-like. Now, yeah, that's pretty different. But it was there. He was there. And I got up to use the bathroom. I walked right past him. Got in bed. Afterwards, walked right past him again and got back in bed. And just pretend like I didn't see anything. When I first had my channel, DV Vigilante, I had released a video for Scorpio. And the video said, well, it was a regular video. I don't even remember what I was doing, tarot. And somebody got on there that I never met before. Obviously, it's open for comments. Who left this message that was very explicit and vulgar about what they what they were going to do to me, and oddly enough, my genitalia. And they put in this area code that was down in Kentucky. But who would do that? I've never seen anything like that before. And I remember the way they were talking, it was coven. like language. So, touching on the concept of these practitioners, people who practice, basically. And if you're in a coven, you practice. If you know that you are, if you say coven, you're practicing something. Because 3 is a magic number. 3 makes coven. Anyways. So, my ears have been perked up to this for a little while. Because I do believe that this is at play here. The next card I got. Broke HIPAA laws, wanting to frame you for their STD. I'm not going to put all this on blast, but I do have an ex that I believe very well may have contracted something. And that person has a rapid result test at his home. And no joke, the other day, I think it was 2 days ago, another reading saying somebody was going to use a rapid result test with my name on it and a forged signature saying it was me to get these test results back. Low blow, like, but my ears have been perked up to it, and I've told this dude for a long time this is what he was going to get into with what he was getting into. And we'll just leave it there. The next thing I got, touching on the concept of me in the video the day before yesterday. Well, I uploaded it yesterday. No, it was the day before. I spoke on the concept of I got a police report done and made because just in case I go missing, right? I believe they need to have an idea of where to look. They hired a legit hitman. Now, we're going to touch on image here. These people will go to any length to protect an image. This has nothing to do with anything else besides how people see them socially, publicly. And wanting to fit into that box so badly of acceptance and almost gaining praise. Like my youngest dad, he's done what he's done because he wants people to go, oh, you poor thing. You're such a good man. You're such a good man. You're taking care of these kids all by yourself. That's what this is. This man's gone on a smear campaign about me for years. And I really think he thought he was building up the momentum to where he was getting to a point where he was going to, like, really take off. Because people feed on your pain. People feed on... I mean, let's break it down like this. What you speak is a spell. And if you speak negatively to people about another person, that's black magic. You may not want to admit that or look at that or even consider that, but I'm telling you. You say enough things to enough people, and you say enough things to yourself over and over again, you will believe it, and you will create that. Which is why I believe he went to the extents he did at a certain point to reach out to everybody I knew and try to lay this groundwork for the narrative he was attempting to create. I'm going to have to bring this into a second video, so if you're interested, follow me there. See ya.